Hello everyone and welcome back to another TSR track guide. It's round 20, we're in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, where we have a very interesting circuit at hand. 3 DRS zones, three very different sectors we have here. A very long straight, a very technical final sector, and a very, topsy-turvy second sector, but should be a good race. We'll jump straight on board with VSR Logic, who provide this hot lap. Taking a normal line through this corner, you will see, if you compare this line now to his line on the hot lap itself, you won't find that many differences. Going down to second gear, extra rotation, third gear up to fourth. Very easy to lose the back end there, actually. So you could even go into fourth gear a bit earlier just to avoid the wheel spin on the rear. Now, very long straight we have. DRS wide open from there on. And then you have a lot of time to either overtake or get ready for the first corner, which is no real surprise, a corner which leads you at first to the left. It's a right, left, right sequence of corners that is quite difficult to actually go through without corner cutting. But you also want to set up yourself for the second DRS straight at hand. So you want to be as far to the left as you can, take as much speed through the corners, and we'll see around 110 meters is where you want to brake for this right-hander, which is you can brake a bit later if you're in a fight with someone, but for the hot lap or the qualifying lap, you want to brake at around 110 is where you want to start braking. 100 meters is where you want to slam the brakes completely. Now going down to third gear, hitting the apex on the right hand side, and now we will see for the second and the third part of this sequence that you're going to hit the apexes there a little bit more. So over into third gear, holding it in third gear for this corner, and now we see he's taking a lot of curb there. So you really have to push the limits around this track, especially in those two corners that we have at hand here. So you can see Logic cut the corner there entirely, and he will do the same for the next part. So you really have to push the limits, staying in third gear, and now also cutting the corner there on the right hand side as well. Taking a nice line through there, fourth gear up to fifth, DRS wide open, and now that was the first sector basically. Now coming into the second sector, and as you can see, 100 meter board you can just barely see that on the right hand side. So 105, 110 meters is where you want to start slamming the brakes for this next left-hander, which is leading us into a very tricky part of the track. So the left-hander closes in a bit, and you really have to push your limits here. Eighth gear, going down to second gear. You can even opt for first gear just for the extra rotation. Logic does well here, hitting the apex there on the left-hand side, and then going as far to the left as you can, slightly on the power there once again, and then hitting the brakes. Just pure instinct is that where you need to hit the brakes. Also depends whether you go quite deep into the previous corner, or if you go like Logic did, very smooth. So you can set up yourself more to the left to actually get a bit more rotation in for this next right-hander. Going down to second gear, once again, you can opt for first gear here, quickly up to third to avoid the wheel spin, and then going on the curb on the left-hand side, so taking as much track as possibly as you possibly can. And now for this next right-hander, you can, if it's dry and it's those conditions that are right now in time trial here, you can use the shadow there that you can see for your braking point, because now there's basically one right-hander with two apexes you have to hit. and there's where you want to brake. So fourth gear, second gear, you want to hit the apex on the inside or miss that ever so slightly, then hitting the second one a bit more, second gear up to third, and then now getting ready for the S section, which is also a very, very tricky sequence of corners. So around 70 meters is where you want to brake ever so slightly, and then just throw the car really into the first left-hander, and then just straighten the car once again. And we will see with Logic, not fully on the power right now, but he will go onto the power as soon as he knows, okay, now I have complete control over my car, and then is the time when he is fully on the power and just goes full throttle through the sequence of corners. We will see that full on the throttle there. You can see hitting the apex, so putting your car, basically using all of the track that is available there at this point once again, and doing the same here. So just throwing the car in a really nice line there from Logic, and still full on the throttle. Now you want to go as far to the left as you can, because there's a very, very tricky right to left hander coming up, which is really difficult to get full throttle. Logic getting on the apex on the left hand side, fully throwing his car in and actually making it stick without even lifting. Not invalidating his lap, which is completely possible around here. Now opening up the DRS once again, and now into the third and final sector. And you see 100 meters is where you want to brake, maybe 105 if you're not that confident. And now into the stadium section, you want to take as much curb on the left hand side as you can. Throw the car in fourth gear. Maybe you can even go for third gear just to have that bit of engine braking that could come in handy in this particular corner. And then throwing it as far to the right as you can before hitting the brakes once again. Not really an indicator for that, but just pure instinct. I mean, you see the corner on the left hand side, which is a very, very tight left-hander. Logic going down to second gear. Once again, you can go down to first gear if you want. And immediately up to third gear there. Not fully on the power, which is something you would expect from this sequence of corners. Very, very nice stadium section we have here. And up to fourth gear now. Like I said, he's hitting the brakes there just before the shadow starts on the left hand side. Right after that, there's your braking point. And now you will see what I told you at the start. Basically what he does is just going this in this speed and taking the corner like he did on his outlap, basically. So there's no real like going wide, taking a lot of apex or something. You just go straight every single lap, doing the same thing on this particular corner. Now coming up to the line, it's a 12.790, and very, very respectable lap time there from Logic. That's it from me. There you can see the setup Logic used for this run. That's it from me. I'll catch you next time when we're heading to Brazil. I'll leave you alone with Logic for another spin around Mexico.